Council has authorized interim uses in the Riverwalk area. We are open and receptive to parties approaching the city and the CRA for use of our property for, temporary events, special events, and things of that nature. They would be required to go through the city's approval process. You may be approached in the near future by a party who is interested in selling Christmas trees, representing a number of charitable organizations. So opportunity does exist, but as Mayor Green just indicated, sometimes the expense of actually hosting an event outweighs the likely revenue. So we have not had an overwhelming demand for use of the property, but it is out there available to be used.
We have talked with individuals, about doing a variety of things out there, and from being a green market to a lot of things like that, and they are balancing off other venues with this one, and I think that we try to move people to that venue as much as we can, just because we know it's there, and it is a great place. When you start thinking about where the old mobile home park was, that works very well for a lot of items because it has a paved road surface that they can work off of, and could be up to about 70 or so vendors could be on that property very easily, and so we think it's very attractive. And when we've had the green market discussions, it gets into the discussion of restrooms and other things like that, that they are not wanting to do.
But if you're going to go to the proper lighting and the restrooms, we're going to go out to like the flea market out there on Volusia. I mean, we're not talking about that. We're talking about stuff that's maybe a couple of weekends. Okay. You're not going to make a major investment just to have a charitable situation. Actually,
that's their discussion.
I'm
that's
talking their about responsibility.
The vendor, when they're wanting to hold an event like that, that's their concern, and that's what a lot of times they voice to us, where do the patrons use restrooms and things like that. And so we do tell them, like where the mobile home park is, the old mobile home park, that the restrooms at the Riverside Pavilion are open and are available for the public, because we actually, Parks and Rec actually cleans those, and they're open and available. But if they're doing an event at the Riverside Pavilion, then people are somewhat reluctant to go into the restroom when they're just doing a wedding reception or something like that in the building. When we talk about moving to where around the old the Adult Activity Center, when we get the cleaning and we get all that done, that may provide a little bit different venue, because we do not rent that as frequently for wedding and wedding receptions, but it's becoming a very popular thing because people can't find space. But if we have that, then the restrooms are in that building.
Okay.
I know I talked to Crystal today about her leasing.
Okay, so we're back to the openness. Correct.
Okay. I think that, as I recall, and let Margaret check it, is that we need to post it as a public session.
Yeah. Go ahead. So I don't think we need to do anything other than we agree that that's the way we want it.
It should be open.
Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
Anyone else want to speak to this? Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. In all that spirit of openness, I didn't think you were going to take public comment on it. I've got a question. What negotiations have taken place to date? Where did I get the understanding there was one negotiation on April 30th?
Shortly after the council issued an RFP, there was a general meeting. We did not actively negotiate the terms of the contract.
Why? Why in 100 days haven't you made an effort to negotiate it?
Because it was my recommendation that we put in writing exactly what we were seeking in that RFP to fulfill the city's legal obligation to contract consistent with the RFP.
What is the acceptance period in the offer you've prepared so far?
I believe it's open.
It's open? You didn't
It does not have a deadline. The city may withdraw it If it chooses to withdraw it tomorrow, it may meet and do so.
Don't you typically have an acceptance period in an offer?
It can be included. You can limit the time that you would like to have the other party consider it. In other words, if you want a response in 10 days, you can say this is on the table for 10 days. But bear in mind, this is not a written offer because we cannot sign something until we have advertised it. So rather than advertising and then having to amend perhaps, we have not sought an advertising process at this point until we know we're close to the final product.
So he could take the full time period and respond on the last day, conceivably.
Yes?
Mayor, I would urge you to put a time frame in it. There's no reason why you can't establish early on areas of major agreement and areas of major disagreement in this whole deal.
We just did 45 days.
45 days is a long time to accept or reject an agreement or counteroffer.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I also heard you say that you want us to move on it now, though, and to set up meetings to progress the negotiations, not to wait 45 days for a response, but to move forward now.
That is correct.
Okay, I heard you correct.
You don't have to do it after this meeting tonight, but tomorrow would be fine.
All right, thank you.
Nice. Anything else before this group? We good? Can I wrap this one closed?
Yes, sir.
I'm wrapping this one closed. We reconvene as a council.
I'd like to